Uh, oh, it works. Now we're live. Good morning.
Morning,
Dr. Kiltz,
everyone.
Dr. Nelson, Renee, good morning. We're live now.
Good
Morning.
morning.
Right.
We
Renee, how
are
you?
live. It's July 24th, 2025. Good morning, everyone, wherever you are. I see that a lot of people are putting where they're from in the chat. Please do so. And hashtag is going to be KMT, right?
KMT.
Yeah, we're
And
just so easy.
today, what are we going to give away?
We are going to give away liver organs, supplements.
Kiltz Health
Liver
Organ Meat Supplements.
There you go. Kiltz Health Organ
There
Meat
you go. Organ Meat
Supplements.
Supplements. Good.
Okay.
Cool. And we have, go ahead. Doc.
I've been taking those, by the way, but again, I haven't taken them for maybe 7-10 days. So I'm gonna restart taking them today.
Nice. What benefits did Dr. Nelson get out of a 12, 15-day fast? Catching kills.
I feel good. Now, yesterday I went into a store I haven't been in probably 25 years just to look at the meats. I didn't buy any because I got a freezer full of them, but
I've sat down for 4 meals during my fast, cooked and sat and enjoyed the company, but didn't eat once. And so the power of fasting is the power of faith, because we can do everything and anything we put our minds to it. It's only a mind game. Your body uses fat for the building blocks and the fuel, and it requires no food every single day. And so maybe part of many of our problems is that we're over consuming amounts and frequency, and we don't need to do it. So did you drop dizzy and no energy, Dr. Nelson?
I've had very brief. I mean, I'm talking, maybe minutes to half an hour instances, but mostly at the beginning. Actually, the last week or so, really haven't had any problems.
Nice. I went 15 days, again, walking, weights, did my exercise, did surgeries, flew, did all my usual things. And ultimately, how many people say I'm starving like 6 times a day? And they put their mind to the fact that they're doing something that isn't true.
Right.
And so ultimately we lead with the mind game. And that's
certainly I haven't been hungry, really.
Although the drive to eat is powerful, because ultimately, what other animal wants to be skinny? None. One animal says, oh, I need to lose weight, or I'm not losing weight fast enough. I mean, is your body supposed to lose weight fast? Does that make any sense? Not one bit.
No.
We're built to hold on to our energy so we can live longer without food. So,
anyways, we have Renee Chove here today to tell us her story. Are we going to talk about anything else specific, or we're going to talk about your story here?
Just my story. That's about all I've got.
All right.
Which is all of us have, right, Renee?
Right.
It's only our stories that we're here to share with the universe. Renee,
absolutely.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this eating meat to walk lifestyle?
So I have been a nurse for 22 years and was forced to medically retire last year. because I was diagnosed in late 2019, early 2020 with chronic inflammatory demyelinating polyneuropathy, which is a variation of Guillain-Barré. So I had severe weakness. One side of my body didn't move very well. A lot of pain, neuropathy. And that was on top of idiopathic gastroparesis that I had already been diagnosed with 10 years prior to that. So I did treatment with high dose IVIG for a few years until that didn't work. And then I went on chemotherapy, and I've been on that for the last few years and was maxed out on every medication I could be on for the pain, and was at the point where I was pretty much done. I've dealt with anxiety and depression my whole life. So I had a plan and I was ready. And when my son graduated high school, I just couldn't do it anymore. The pain was uncontrollable, and you just can't live like that forever. And my husband begged me to look at carnivore before I threw in the towel. And I started watching carnivore videos on YouTube one day when I was homesick with COVID, because we had traveled, and being on chemo, I was always sick. And I saw Carrie Mann first, and that was pretty much it already. He convinced me right away. So we went carnivore almost immediately, cold turkey. And within 4 weeks, my pain was under control for the first time in 5 years. And within, so we started in March. By October, I had put my cane away. It sits in that back corner and it doesn't go anywhere anymore. And in December, my neurologist told me I was in remission, and I had no sign of my disease whatsoever. There was not even any antibodies left in my body. So
I guess the question is, what caused your symptoms that we label a very complicated disease?
Right. Vegetables, no carbs, sugar, all of it. Seed oils.
Plants and a low animal fat diet. Is that simple?
Right. And I was actually vegan when I got sick, because I had gone through every diet that I could go through to see what I could get the gastroparesis to deal with the best. So I was on my vegan phase, which lasted less than a year, when I got sick. So I've often contemplated whether I had done that, if my disease would have sparked, because something sets it off. So
the plants are poisonous. So, this isn't a complicated story.
Nope.
It really is so simple. We're all poisoned by plants, and we in medicine label them very complicated diseases that we treat you with IVIG, which is a blood product, and it's not cheap, is it?
No, it was about $10,000 a bottle. And in a week's time, I would get 2 bottles a day. So 10 bottles during the week. So I was about $100,000 every time I had my high dose IVIG. Insurance paid for most of it, but and then the biotherapy that I went on, which was rituximab, that was at $10,000 a treatment as well.
Ultimately, insurance pays for it, but who pays for insurance?
We all do.
We all do through our work, right?
Yeah.
And so it's direct and indirect, but ultimately the cost of healthcare is paid for by the workers, and all the work we do and the taxes we pay and yickety yak. And so what did your doctor espouse your healing to?
A miracle.
Remission.
A miracle.
Oh, so it believes in God, at least.
He said, I don't know why you're in remission. I don't know why we can't find the antibodies, but it's a miracle. And I was like, it's not a miracle. I told you what I did. And we're still on the miracle. So,
well, it's all a miracle.
It can't be the diet, huh?
No. But you're right, Dr. Kiltz, it is a miracle. It's a miracle that I'm walking without a cane. I lift weights every day now again.
Wow.
I will tell you that I'm completely awesome. For the first time in my life, I have 0 depression, 0 anxiety, 0 pain. So I'll take the miracle.
It's amazing. Wow, Renee.
How about the
I
members?
had no idea. I knew some. I didn't know the depth of your depression, and this is amazing.
Well, I mean, the world is suffering from all of this, which you and I and all of us are just one in infinite numbers of people who are suffering this plant-based disease, and still our medical communities are pushing the plant-based paradigm because why, Dr. Nelson? Why do we do that?
Are you opening up the treatment?
Well, I'm open to treatment while you tell me the story, but ultimately, I mean, it really is. It's the simplest answer in the universe, right? This is the food for humans for the last 3.5 million years, except in the last few thousand years, we've been addicted to plants. Oh, there might be two of these. I don't want to do two of them. I'm going to challenge you.
No subliminal message there, huh? Like,
No.
for me.
More meat. And so what do you eat now, Renee? What's your day-to-day food? What's your focus on how are you healing and helping keep the healing, and then sharing the story of your unique and unusual healing?
So for the first almost year, I ate just beef, water, salt. I was pretty strict because it was all about, trying to get the pain under control and trying to get my balance back and trying to be able to walk. And then I started adding a little bit back in. So most days I eat chicken or beef. I mean, that's pretty much the only meat that I eat, and a little bit of eggs and some bacon every once in a while. I did really high fat in the beginning. I stayed about 70 to 80% fat in my macros. And I ended up losing my appetite and not realizing what I was doing to my metabolism, and ended up on thyroid meds because I tanked my metabolism by not eating enough. Because I lost, you're not as hungry when you're eating just meat and nothing else. So I fixed that, and I ate twice a day. I stop eating by 2 p.m., 2 to 3 p.m. So my intermittent fasting starts in the afternoon, and then I fast through the rest of the afternoon and night. And I do at least 1 24-hour fast a week. I lay out in the sun every single day for 30 to 40 minutes. And take 2 supplements, iodine and I guess 3, iodine, magnesium, and vitamin D with K2. And that's it. I mean, it's easy. Just eat meat.
Just eat meat, be the master.
Yep.
Well, and how does your husband feel about all this, or your family members, your community? What are they saying in your miraculous healing?
So my husband reversed his type 2 diabetes, lost 60 pounds, and his depression went away. So he's always told me that he feels older than he is. Now he'll tell you that he feels like he's 40 when he just turned 60. So he's very happy. And he is a meat eater. He's always told me that. So he's happy. I have a 20-year-old son who's in the military, and he tries his hardest to be as carnivore as he can. And I have a 19-year-old who thinks that I'm crazy sometimes, but he started lifting weights and realized that he really needed the protein. So he's become a meat eater as well. It was interesting. I retired from the hospital I worked at for 18 years and moved to Arizona because I needed a clinical trial. I was at the end of the treatment. And so we had already planned on moving. And so here we are in Arizona now, but we found a new group of friends, and they all just went keto. So I haven't quite gotten them off the vegetables yet, but you know, I think that it's picking up steam. People are seeing that this is really the way to live, and you know, our food system is killing us. So my goal is to just have, you know, people learn. There's not going to be a study out there that says that CIDP is cured by carnivore. But when I get my story out there, people hear it, and I have quite a few people in my community online that I talk to frequently that are trying to heal their CIDP. So, you know, it takes one person to tell the story, and then the next person hears it. And
so is it really a spectrum? Because all our diseases are caused by the same things. We just have different parts of the Ferrari that get broken, but we label them something very complicated. But it's simply inflammation, and our vessels, our nerves, our gut, our muscles, our organ systems are damaged by a plant protein low-fat diet. And focus should be on fat, by the way, animal fat, because animal adipose tissue is the healthiest thing to eat. And protein actually doesn't exist. You either eat animal products or plant products. You either eat lean meat or fatty meat. And so ultimately every cell of every organ contains proteins, fats, and sugars. And so really the one thing we're mostly eating around the world is a low animal fat diet. And by simply adding animal fat, you'll reduce inflammation, you'll heal, and you'll feel better. Could it be that simple?
I think it is that simple.
Do we need modern science to do a scientific study that's any different than your story or my story?
No, because, you know, it was not a scientific study that brought me to this, and it wasn't a scientific study that got me here. It was everybody's stories. It was listening to Carrie and listening to Michaela Peterson and listening to all of the people that you know, it wasn't, I met all of you guys, you and Dr. Chafee and Dr. Baker, like pretty fast into my going down the rabbit hole of carnivore, but it really was stories of who healed and who got better that convinced me to try it.
And so as you're seeing the community grow that you're in, as a healthcare practitioner, a nurse as a healthcare practitioner, and sharing your story, what motivates you every day? And where do you see yourself playing out in this storytelling journey?
I don't know yet. I actually just got a job. I went back to school when I retired. I went back to school and became a board certified nurse coach and got my keto certification and my functional medicine done, and decided that I wasn't going back to the hospital system. I can't. Like, we're not helping people and we're not fixing people, and I don't want to be a part of that broken system anymore. So I actually just got a job. I start with Virta Health in a couple weeks, treating type 2 diabetes and obesity with keto as a nurse coach for keto. So very excited that I get to try to help heal people, actually heal people.
Does a nurse coach need a license in every state of America to be a coach?
I do.
I
have for
coach. Is there a licensing board for coaching in America?
No,
Can everyone be a coach?
I think anybody can be a coach. You can go to your training and do it. Yeah, I just chose to go I have a nursing license, so I chose to want to practice under my nursing license. So it opens me up to having a broader scope of practice in the states that I have a nursing license in.
But ultimately, everyone and anyone could coach and go coaching right now with their experience in the keto carnivore, in the healing room, right? And inspiring more and more people to blog and share their stories, which is really how so many people, I mean, if you look at psychologists in America, they're coaching too. So that's the growth rather than the Western medical system controlling the story.
What do you mentioned your family already, but how about your extended family and circle of friends? How about
some of my family likes me to just be quiet. They hate it when I come visit because they're so worried about prepping for me. And I'm like, just buy meat and like, I'll make my own food. I'm trying to talk my father. Yep. My father just had a carotid stent put in. And I'm trying to talk him into, he's working on it. We're getting him, I know he's watching this, but we won't watch it live, but he'll watch the replay. So, trying to get him to do it so it'll help him with his healing. But, most people are very excited that I found the healing that I did and stuff. But what I hear over and over again is, well, I'm not sick like you and I don't need it. And I don't need to be that extreme and I don't need to do, why would I change my diet? I'm not sick.
Yeah.
So, right. That's what I hear all the time.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well, if they're not truly sick, which that would make them one of the only 7%, if they're not really sick, maybe, okay, it's going to be harder to convince them to make any radical changes. But boy, the statistics are not with them as far as the chances are 93% of your friends, and that's a big number,
It's huge.
Yes.
is not metabolically healthy. So
We've got some questions for Renee.
go ahead, questions.
Sharon says, do you eat fat? I no longer cut fat off the steak.
I love the fat, and I actually cut the fat off the steak and it goes back in the frying pan to get even crispier. But yes, I've been eating fat from the start.
Great.
And let me
Let's see
encourage
here.
people to eat the raw fat because the rendered fat is not as good as the raw fat. And if you look at Ponder's cats, you'll learn more about why uncooked meat is healthier than cooked meat.
I try with the raw fat. I just have a texture issue with my tongue.
Right, but when it comes to health and wellness as a human being, we want to give people the best advice because ultimately when you render it, you damage the molecular structure of what you're eating. And so it doesn't have the same value. It's kind of like burning up the wood before you build your house. It doesn't have the same strength and function as the raw fat does. Because adipose tissue on our body is not harmful for us. And I saw another comment in here about the weight stall, right? The idea that I can't lose weight, it's because we're not supposed to be skinny. And losing weight is not what the body wants you to do. And so that's another concept that, we have to maybe help people be healthy the way they are physically and help the mental construct understand the power of the mindset and that they are healthy and well. And obesity causes no disease itself.
Okay, next one. From No Car Barb. Renee, your story is amazing. How difficult was it to go against your allopathic nursing training?
It was probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my entire life, because everything screamed at me that, this is not the way that you're supposed to do it. And then, of course, when I told my neurologist that I was going to try this, my neurologist told me that I was a nurse and I knew better, and he would not support my journey. So I'm glad that I went ahead and did it and went against it. But it was very hard to go against everything that I thought that I knew. But I think that what I've told people more often than not is that once you ring that bell, you can't unring it. And once you learn that we've been lied to and that we're not being told how to actually be healthy, and that most people in the medical field don't even know what it takes to be healthy. Once you figure that out, it's really hard to unring that.
Absolutely.
Comment here on Kiltz Mighty Tribe. Can we chop up the raw fatty meat and eat it like a pill? And I said, of course you can. I mean, how many people are taking pills every day and they're like, oh, I hate this. Well, all right, chop up the raw fatty meat and eat it like a pill, for sure. And you're right. So what would have happened to you in your standard medical practice as a nurse talking about keto carnivore and eating fatty meat and not vegetables?
I think that I would have been asked to be quiet, because it's not what, it's not, unfortunately, because we work in a hospital that is paid by Medicare and Medicaid. We have to teach what is out there, what the government says that we have to teach. So yeah, I don't know how it would have been perceived. So luckily I retired about the same time I realized that carnivore was healing me.
So in fact, our mission here is to change the word story, the paradigm, and push the limits, and even
Yes.
pick it at the hospitals, the aging homes, the memory care homes, and push for at least an acceptance of a carnivore menu for our brothers and sisters.
Renee, should we wait for the government to make changes?
No, we should be. I mean, we are all in control of our own lives. And so as individuals, the more we change, the more it gets out there. And I mean, in the last year and a half, I can't believe how much this community has grown and how much more it mainstream people talk about it a lot more now. And no, we're gonna be the change. It's not gonna be the medical field. We're gonna have to be the change.
And I
Next
think
question.
that's what's inspired so many of us in the medical profession, is to come on social media and share the story, because mainstream, it needs to hear the story. But nowadays, more and more people they're going to social media for information, and we're seeing more and more doctors convert and nurses convert. So we're seeing the movement.
That's right.
Yep, it's definitely happening.
Here we have.
Go ahead.
Do you have another? Okay, here we go. Brian Fisher, fly fisherman dish. If everyone converts to carnivore, how is the food system going to be able to supply enough meat to everybody? Everyone. I said supply and
We'll
demand.
make it happen. We will make it happen.
Yep.
We will make it happen. We're capable of going to the moon and Mars, atomic bombs, blowing up the world. My bet is if it required us to make meat available to everyone, we'd do it. 100%.
Okay, great. Let's see. Next question. Sharon, do you eat one meal a day or two or more?
On average, I eat 2 meals a day, but sometimes I eat 3. Lifting days, when I lift heavy, I am hungry and I eat a third meal. So between 2 and 3 meals a day.
There you go. Here we go. Can my 84-year-old friend reverse her clogged arteries if she goes keto or carnivore, so to prevent the quadruple bypass coming this September? High fat Venice. That's not a question for me. Dr. Nelson.
Not me.
Dr.
Yeah.
Dr. Kiltz, go ahead first.
Well, I'd say the answer is always yes, because the question is, will or won't it? I mean, we know that a fatty meat diet reduces many diseases, reduces inflammation. So, and remember, it may not be the clogging, it's the clots that happen due to damage to the glycocalyx. And the glycocalyx, that's sugar layers. So reduce inflammation by going carnivore, for sure it can. Why not? Next. Molly.
Next.
You were there. Go
Oh, I
back.
picked it up already. You were there. Is rendered fat still good though? Dr. Kiltz.
Tastes good. Tastes good, but it doesn't have the same value as raw fat. Rendered fat is denaturing and damaging the molecular structure. Remember, it tastes good, but remember, when you melt the fat away and you're getting the little popcorny, gristly stuff, right? That tastes so good. That contains protein sugars that have been glycated. And so that's why they taste so good. They're brown, basically. So I just think that the raw fat is the healthiest thing that we're missing. And I see so many carnivores basically cut the fat away or grill it away and it melts away.
Yeah. Dr. Kiltz, I think your microphone might be off. It sounds like you're a little distant. A few people brought that up.
I've got some microphone problems.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we're gonna just keep going, and everyone's gonna deal with it.
Going.
Kim, Dr. Kiltz, how many bottles of Topo Chico or plain sparkling water do you recommend the max a day? How many do you drink when fasting?
Can you hear me now, or am I still there? Any better?
That's
better?
worse. That's worse.
That's worse.
Right.
That's
Hold
worse.
Hold on. Let's see if I can find someone else. That's worse. Testing. Any better? Any better? Any better?
No.
No better? All right. One more. Try there. Any better? Any better?
No, the first one was better. The first one was better, however it was at the beginning.
No, nothing. How about there? It shows it up on my mic.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Now there's an echo.
Okay. Well, can I keep going? So, Topo Chico.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bottles a day. But I do mostly sparkling water or plain water with some salt in it.
Okay, there you go. She wants to know, how many bottles do you recommend maximum to drink a day?
I have no idea. But we drink too much water. Try a couple of days without any water, anything to drink.
There you go.
How about that?
I wanted to share Papa's success story. Peter Cutler. Alia, 2 weeks into carnivore, I got super energy. A week later, my brain fog, depression, and anxiety lifted, and the chronic arthritis in my knees was gone forever. There you go. Documented stories, right, Dr. Kiltz?
Always tell the stories.
Yep.
Always.
I started collecting, by the way, stories from women that you have helped through carnivore have babies. So I'm collecting all those up on Facebook, Instagram. It's amazing. It's like story after story. Rob Lovegreen, it's amazing how many are healing on cooked meat. Would eating raw meat speed up healing even more?
Probably yes. Look at Podger's cats. Look at there's a video on it. I think Dr. Nelson might put it up. But absolutely, I believe that it would. But look at rare to raw fatty meat is what you want to eat. Butter, cream, cheese, eggs. Those will at least get you in the right direction. But some people can't tolerate them as well.
Yeah, exactly. Last question so far. There might be more. I have to go through the comments. Joyce, if we're not supposed to be so skinny, why do we see so many skinny carnivores? Basically, speakers look so very thin, mainly women. This is a question. Why do women look so skinny?
Wait. Definition of skinny, because being fit is not necessarily the same as being skinny. So.
Oh yeah, exactly. There's different things.
I don't think Renee is skinny. She looks to be appropriate. Dr. Kiltz, I'm definitely not skinny. But
me neither.
Well, the whole point is no other animal tries to be skinny, and it's again physiologically and in our environment we're in a high caloric environment. Whenever you were in a high caloric environment in your past, you better eat a lot of calories. Otherwise, you're going to be dead. And so there's nothing pathologic with us except for eating the wrong food. That's the main thing. And when we realize the power we have to eat the right food, then most of us will at least lean down to a more appropriate weight with less adipose tissue. But the fact that you're not getting skinny is not pathologic. It's normal.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But her point was, why does she see so many skinny people? And I say, I don't think that's a correct statement, actually.
But they are not skinny. I disagree.
Okay.
Most carnivores that I think they are more. I mean, you can use any other word. I don't think they're skinny.
But and the truth is that there are plenty of overweight carnivores and underweight vegans. Again,
Yeah.
there's your body type is not enough to define your disease state.
Or health state.
Yeah.
State. Yeah.
Right.
We went through all the questions. Does anyone else have any questions? Let's read this.
So,
Renee,
Carnivore
if you-
crowd. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, actually, this has to do. Go ahead and read this.
Okay, if carnivore crowd, if our government actually cared about health, they would subsidize quality animal products for citizens to eat well. Instead, they subsidize medications. What countries subsidize farms to secure cheaper food? What countries subsidize farms to secure cheaper food?
Actually, we subsidize probably the wrong industry,
We do.
and
The grains.
the results have been not subsidies an issue, but we do subsidize soys and wheat and corn farmers, and that may have an influence on why the guidelines say eat 8 to 12 servings of grains a day.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yep.
that they can continue to make them and push them on.
oh, we are the government. We are the government.
Sure.
And our job is to share the story, put it out there, and speak it up. And the more we do that, we are the government. We write, we speak, we share. That's what this is all about. And be the inspiration that you're inspired by others. I think we're all passing the baton around. That I think is really great. The Mayfield 4 had the pleasure of meeting us a few weeks ago in Montana, inspired by our passion. So talk about eating raw meat. Do you mean straight from the fridge or sear? Both. I eat it right from the cow, slice it up, eat it raw. Very, very, very absolute best, by the way. But black and blue is good too.
There you go. Lucy Zontic question: is lamb fat okay to eat raw?
What animal is not okay to eat raw, I guess?
I'm gonna fight and say pork.
No, pork is acceptable. Pork, beef, lamb, goat. I mean, what animal cooks their food?
None.
The majority of contamination is actually from plants, not from animals.
Yeah.
So most plants, the microbes are crawling all over them. And so, even when you wash them, they don't clean completely, which is kind of the craziness.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. This is kind of a question. Advice on osteoporosis.
What
How about
causes
Renee?
Renee, go ahead.
Eat meat. My osteopenia has gotten so much better since I became a carnivore. In fact, it doesn't even get on the scale anymore for osteopenia.
What causes osteoporosis? Is it lack of calcium or inflammation?
Inflammation.
Inflammation. Nothing to do with lack of calcium. Inflammation damages the osteoclast, the osteoblast, causes bone demineralization and lack of laying down new bone mineral. And it's just another osteoporosis, diverticulosis, endometriosis. All of the osises and itises are all caused by plant protein, low animal fat diet, and 3 to 6 meals a day. I generally do 1 meal or none. I'll sometimes do 2, but rare. And again, it's not required, but my bet is for 50,000 years or more, we did not eat 3 to 6 meals a day. There wasn't a lunch box, and the food truck, right?
All right, we got another question here. Thomas, advice on back pain, shoulder pain, would rather not take painkillers.
Acupuncture, massage, and carnivore, and begin to lift weights. But I used to have terrible back pain, horrible discs were damaged, and carnivore, all of it went away. because it's all inflammation of the gastrointestinal tract. The GI tract is likely the biggest culprit here. You feed the microbes. That's why a high protein diet is not what you want, because proteins are fermentable.
Okay, good. Next question. Cam's dad, when did you make the switch from black and blue to raw? When I started carnivore 2 years ago, you were black and blue. That was the main reason. What was the main reason for the switch?
Well, I've always been black and blue and raw, but I'm speaking it up a little bit more because I'm focusing a little bit more on Pottinger's story and the cats. And for those that are not healing, and most people overeat their meat, and most meat you buy is already devoid of most fat anyway. And so it's just another addition to the book on beef. What other animal kills and waits for the cook?
I wonder why we started going to cook it. I wonder.
Well, because cooking gave us a place to tell a better story. The fire is mystical, and the cooking made it more flavorful, and we're not done. We love flavor, and that's probably mostly it. But again, we're only telling stories because everything we have is theoretical, right?
Right.
And yes, I'm still without coffee, by the way. I did a week of coffee a little bit during my fast and back off again.
Nice. That's good.
Hot water.
Everyone get a Kiltz cup for your coffee and or hot water or bone broth. Plug for the Kiltz cups.
Yeah.
Marilda says, oh, soup. Yeah. There you go. Marilda says on Monday at the Zoom call, she asked a question about gout. It had something to do about being strict. I asked her to please put her question here again because I don't remember it specifically. But it's about being strict carnivore. She's wondering why she's getting gout, basically. And I asked her to please put the question here again.
Cooked meat, low fat.
Cooked meat, low fat.
Yeah, some people even being carnivore can have gout. It seems that the number of episodes do reduce, get better. Gout, maybe if you're eating organ meats is the only thing I would recommend. If you're eating organ meats, don't do organ meats. Even if you're taking organ supplements, stop that and see. Fructose, fruits is a major driver, which a lot of people don't talk about. They, the meat. And if you ask most doctors, stop red meat. Red meat doesn't have a high amount of purines like organs do. But if you have any predisposition to having higher uric acid, at the end of the day, maybe some medication will need to be used. And there's a few medications to decrease uric acid, and you don't have to be forever on them. You can use it temporarily to reduce the number of attacks if you're having more than one and improve symptoms.
Okay,
And
she emailed me.
We breathe, drink, and eat many things, and many things get through our skin. Because we're carnivore doesn't mean you're not going to get diseases. And we may get the same diseases because they may be from what you breathe, drink, and eat, and what gets through your skin as the nidus that may cause some of these localized painful syndromes, for sure. One person on Instagram asked about my dental improvements. I used to have terrible bloody gums, all gone on carnivore. And Diane Jackson on Kiltz Mighty Tribe, I'm not convincing a lot of people to do carnivore. I'm very thin, and at 66, having a hard time gaining muscle. I would say when someone says something about me, I usually say, "You're right, thank you." You're right. You're right, thank you. I love you. That's it. Be you, be perfect as you are. You want to gain weight, eat more fat, raw fat, lift more weights. But again, we also have our body types that are hard to change. And so I think, again, you're right. I love you. Thank you. Ho'oponopono, well in. Hawaiian philosophy. BPC 157.
Next question.
Okay, so I found Marilda's actual question because she emailed me. So I put it in the chat, and then she says she wants to know what she can do for the pain. Why does gout 6 days today come on a person that's been 99% carnivore for 16 months, 27 days tomorrow? Could it be because we made bone broth with chicken gizzards and hearts with pot roast? Too much beef eating? What should I do? My diet is mainly ribeyes, New York steaks, filet mignon, lamb, ground beef, nitrate-free bacon, pork belly, has no nitrates, Kerrygold butter, carnivore chicken salad, carnivore bread, beef sticks, chicken, beef, homemade bone broth. And what can she take for the pain?
I don't know. You're eating too much shit. Soup variety. Fatty meat, salt water. Be done with it. Rare to raw.
And throw in some intermittent fasting in there.
Fatty meat, salt water, 1 meal a day.
All previous comments apply, and basically, sometimes I know Dr. Kiltz likes to be very positive all the time. I love that. But sometimes you have to accept that things happen.
Well,
even if you're doing it perfectly, maybe you're eating too much, or a little bit of fasting would help.
Too much variety. Too much. And my bet is you're overcooking. But again, look at the beef stick. What's in a beef stick?
Right. What's in carnivore bread? Like what
all that
also?
And meditation, prayer, cold water therapy, massage, acupuncture. But there's every reason to be positive about everything. That's our challenge, right? I always say, who creates everything? God does. God love you? Yes, always. Use it to push you to seek and do something different. But my bet is there's way too much variety there more than anything. And how many days fasting, Dr. Nelson?
I'm sorry?
How many days of fasting have you done?
15 days. I'm going for at least 16.
All right. Remember, you can do whatever your mind to it, right, everyone?
Yeah, exactly. Should she take anything for the pain? That's what she's trying to ask.
Cold water therapy, meditation, prayer, acupuncture, yoga, visualization.
Good.
Sunlight therapy. Did I give you enough things?
Yes, thank you.
Take a Tylenol. See you later.
There you go. Michael Smith, both doctors, have you experienced kidney issue thing? Didn't reverse with some time on carnivore?
No.
I didn't have kidney problems.
I had blood and in my urine, and I had kidney stones for years. Oh, God.
Oh, wow. Wow. Is that salt, Dr. Kiltz?
Salt.
Nice. All right, next question. Carnivore bread is when a carnivore gives you $1. Is this a joke? Carnivore bread is when carnivore gives you $1. Okay. All right, I missed that. Lewis question, would you rather, it's a question for Lewis. Would you, yeah, exactly. Would you rather explain nutrition to a 5th grader? Okay, well, we did all the questions. Any other questions, anybody? Any other final comments?
All right. My husband's car, 6 months, and the 2 gal flares up, right? Heavy lemon water. Dr. Nelson, what's your thoughts on heavy lemon water?
Well, I think Linda probably has been learning about oxalate dumping and oxalates, and if that helps you, that's fine. And as a matter of fact, sometimes oxalate dumping is one of the many things that may be mimicking gout.
Again, is it okay to take a Tylenol sometimes, Dr. Nelson?
Yes, and if you have to take ibuprofen or any other medication, take it. Don't be a martyr. Don't be a martyr trying to be perfect. Sometimes you do need those things. I'm sorry?
Like Dr. Nelson.
I know I'm not perfect, but I'm so close. It scares me.
Let's see. Do I have to do 20 days of fasting? We'll see.
I think you guys are preparing for Lent.
Right.
40 days next year. Practice. Dr. Kiltz, during and after your 14-day fast of carnivore, was there much fluctuation in your daily blood pressure?
I didn't measure it. What did I measure it for? It was
Yeah.
fine. It was fine. The only thing I looked at was my glucose was under 70 and my insulin was under 1. Most of the time it's 0.2 to 0.8. And wait a minute. And I did all my normal stuff. What's the fuel for the body? It's fat. It's never sugar. Glucose is a glycosylating agent. It's not for energy. It must be converted in the liver to fat or you die. It's as simple as that, right? We get this one already?
No, we're just about to get it right now.
What? Crash? Sure, I don't know.
Crash.
Freaking nap. Well, after eating a meal, what's supposed to happen to most animals?
Sleep.
Rest
You're supposed
and
to sleep.
digest. No other animal is like, oh, I ate, I better run. And your digestion is best when you're sleeping. All right? Esther. 3 kinds of carnivores: grass-fed eaters, grain-fed eaters, and grass-fed grain-finished eaters. The first one's the best. You're talking about health. I don't disagree, Esther, but I don't know. I go for grain-finished as my best. I don't know that we've proven the grain or grass-finished in a physiologic function, but deuterium-wise, I know that Dr. Laszlo Boros would say that it has the lowest deuterium level. So, all right, I agree. Oh my God!
Yeah, Louis is worried you're going to just stop eating altogether.
Well,
it is not a competition. It is not a competition, though. You know.
Sure.
No,
Dr. Nelson.
Yeah. All right, Dr. Nelson. We're in competition.
So wait, you didn't answer that question. I forgot what it said. Oh, how much weight did you lose if you lost any on your fast?
I lost 10 pounds. And
okay.
And I've already put about 3 back on. But my accountant, I'm just curious. I thought about a pound a day, but they gave me 2 liters of fluid one day. My team was like, you got to take this. I said, okay. And I did 4 pounds and 2 liters of fluid. So remember, your weight is determined by many things. But I'm a little leaner in the center, but I feel as good as I did. I didn't do it for weight loss. I was just testing how long I could go and what my glucose and insulin levels would be and my energy levels would be. So again, Dr. Nelson, are you and I different than everyone else in the world?
We are almost identical.
So everyone and anyone can do this. It really is easy. As the mind says, so shall the body be. And that's one of the most important parts of this. Renee, tell me a little bit about your connection and use of other things like spirituality or meditation or walking or other things, cold water things, and sunlight you mentioned.
Yes to most of that. The cold water plunge, I can't do it. I have tried and I've tried and I've tried. And I just was like, I give up. I don't like the cold. my husband will tell you that the demons sing to me in the shower because that's how hot my shower is. So I do the heat therapy very well. I have a sauna, and like I said, I spend between 40 minutes and an hour if I can get it out in the sun every day, and I do that. I walk every day for at least a half hour, if not more. And I do spend some time in meditation, and I mean, I kind of do a little bit of all of it. I think it's very important. Every part of it is part of my healing journey, and I wouldn't be able to do one without having the others. And then lifting weights, I do that 5 days a week as well. So I've been working a lot on myself and doing things that, laying out in the sun is the most amazing thing. And we were told for years not to do it. And I've never gone out without sun. I lived in Hawaii for 18 years and never went outside without sunscreen. And now I'm in Arizona, and I'm not wearing sunscreen. I'm outside all the time. So I wish I could be back in Hawaii on the beach with no sunscreen.
Where were you born, Renee?
I was born in Colorado.
Okay. Because Hawaii, Arizona, you don't do cold plunges. You don't like the cold. Obviously.
No, that's why I did not move back to Colorado.
Well, there's a question here about pregnancies after 39 to 40 on Instagram, and I would say healthy as can be. Plenty of women having babies in their 30s, 40s. I even have women in their 50s and 60s having babies. So
that's amazing.
I believe keto is great. Carnivore is amazing. It's the very best thing. I've seen so many spontaneous pregnancies on keto, but mostly carnivore. Again, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, and salt, fatty meats, salt water, 1 meal a day. Eat less frequently and visualize what you want as if it is, and it will be that or better. And always give it up to God and then faith first. Simple. Sea salt or pink? Himalayan. What's your favorite salt, Renee?
I use mostly Redmond's salt.
Cool.
Stanford would like to know, how do you safely break your fast?
Usually eating food's a good way to do it. I've done every which way. I mean, little bone broth, some egg in it, and some burger. That did great. I've had regular steak and done great. I've had regular steak and done bad. But it means just the bowels. There's a gastrocolic reflex that happens most of the time when you eat food. You then empty your colon for many people, and so sometimes it comes when you least expect it. So there can be some diarrhea for some people. That's more common. So if you do it slowly, it tends to have less effect.
All right. We got 2 minutes till we do the giveaway. So you got a last second to do hashtag KM2 while we get the last questions. But Kim says she's worried. She's healing so much that she might get pregnant again. It'll fix her tubes and she'll get pregnant again. It's a possibility.
Why worry?
Why worry? Babies are
Always
best.
wonder about the beauty of life. We're here to give life. That's all we're here for. We're here to help our brothers and sisters and give life. Fertility rates are dropping, infertility is on the rise. PCOS, endometriosis, uterine fibroids, cysts and tumors, suffering in the reproductive side of men and women. And I believe it's all secondary to a plant protein, low animal fat diet, 3 to 6 meals a day, and focusing on worry rather than the wonder of life. I typically do grain.
Next question. You do grain finished, yeah. The primal lifestyle, should dairy be avoided on carnivore diet or not, as get mixed messages from different sources?
Everyone tolerates a little bit differently. Raw milk. I mean, basically milk is for a baby out of the breast, and adults it's meat. But I do cream, butter, cheeses. I do pretty well with it, but I don't eat a lot of it. It's my treat.
And if you don't think you tolerate it, then don't do it. I mean, nobody's forcing you, and milk, especially milk, is definitely for babies. If you want to drink it, okay, we'll drink it. But especially if you don't have any tolerances or you're metabolically sick, might be a good thing to avoid. This afternoon, 3 p.m., we have a very good story. We have Callie, and you're going to see. Yes. What did I say?
Callie.
No, Callie. You're misunderstanding my Spanish accent.
Oh.
You're gonna see some removed silicone implants, among other things.
All right, there we go.
What is it? Let's do it. Hit it. Hit it.
Let's do it. Stacy Peterson, congratulations. Please email me, alia@drkiltz.com, and we will get you your.
All right, all.
There we
God
go.
bless. Thank you, Renee. Where do people
All
find
right,
you?
everybody. It's been great. Thank you.
Where do people find you, Renee?
YouTube and Instagram at Eating Meat to Walk.
All right. Eating Meat to Walk. Thank you, Dr. Nelson.
Yay.
Thank you. Thank you. God
Thank
bless
you.
everyone. We'll
Thank
see
you, everybody.
tomorrow morning.
Goodbye,
God bless.
everybody. Yep.
Bye.